It's Monday, March 21st, 2011.
And this is Gadget Gurus, episode 45. And we're not multitasking, we're feeding off each other, I guess you could say. Because we're doing this live in studio now, and it makes the shows a lot.
I can push Nick over. Oh my gosh.
That wasn't as bad if you watch PB at night. Wait, was that PB at night? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Push me over.
Push me over and pour me out. I don't know what
So, Jeff, this is Gadget Gurus, which means we're going to talk about some gadget news. We talk about the Motorola Leaf, which I don't have queued up, but oh well. We have the Motorola Leaf. We also talk about the extended battery that Verizon is going to be offering for their Thunderbolt.
And Thunderbolt. Also the Leaf, which we already just said.
But we also have
stuff.
AT&T T-Mobile acquisition.
What's up with that? Pacman Monopoly.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching, and
this is Gadget Gurus.
It's next. It's next.
Strap in.
Here it comes. Okay, yeah. Jacob can use colloquy. Oh, did you hit the record button?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll just clip it down on the edit. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. I don't know, it's gonna feel weird dancing. Welcome into Gadget Gurus episode 45. I'm Nick Jones.
Oh, and I'm Jacob Roberts. Sorry about that, guys.
And as you can see, we're a little different this week. For you guys that tuned in to I know this is really loud. So Jacob, Ron joins us in the chat room today. Ron usually, so Ron, let me get this straight. So you're taking a little bit of time off from doing shows while you're doing your video project, which is very interesting. He's been taking us on a tour around his hometown, Lewiston, Maine.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and he's been kind of laying off his show for a bit while he's doing this, because you know he's doing this for exercise, but plus we're getting a video out of it too. And the cool thing is, you know, a lot of times I think he does shows on Monday. I think it's 3 maybe. I think it's an early show. Sure. So, you know, glad to have Ron on. And today, Ron, is it your... Well, I don't know. You think we should say how old he is? I don't think he'll care. Today is Ron's 61st birthday. So happy birthday, Ron.
Happy birthday, Ron.
We need an applause button to hit.
Golf clap.
Yeah. So, Jeb, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, we were kidding before the show that Jacob, at least you had your pants on.
Yeah, let's see. What have I forgotten to do?
Well,
let's see. I forgot to leave work at the right time, so I'm 30 minutes late. And, like, my schedule's, like, to the minute, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way I am.
I mean, you can literally track on Gowalla that you check in at, like, 6:07 or 6:06 at the Pilot every day.
Almost, not even 6. It's, like, 5-something.
Yeah, something.
But, yeah, so, like, I left work, like, 30 minutes early, and...
Yeah.
Or late, and so that I had that going for me. And then on the way home, I realized that
that you hadn't eaten.
Well, not that I haven't eaten, because of course I hadn't eaten yet. But I realized that I had this check that I'd gotten from CityCard, because they had like this little.
Oh yeah, when you canceled your CityCard or whatever.
Canceled my CityCard, and they were like, well, you already paid the $85 annual thing for that SkyMile card or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you back that money. I was like. Okay,
pretty good
sure,
deal, because you weren't expecting that money to come back to you in any way, really. I mean,
it was like, whatever. But so I gave them. They sent a check, got it in. I was like, okay, I need to go put that in the bank. Yeah. Sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna wash my clothes
yesterday.
Night.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Last night, wash my clothes, and I'm sitting there driving home today, and it just occurs to me, hey, where's my check at? I need to put that in the bank. I think I put that in a shirt pocket that I just washed last night. Yeah. Check does not exist anymore.
So we're hoping that CityCard will be nice to Jacob and send him another one. Just make sure to tell him that we do a live internet show.
Yeah.
That was
I think that'll actually pull a lot of weight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But this is Gadget Gurus episode 45. And like I said, Jacob and I are in the same room now. This is really the first real show in the pbcasttv studio. We're still perfecting the way that the studio works. I mean, it's working, but you know, this is not exactly how we want it because I mean, you can tell it's not perfect, but you know, I mean, it's pretty good. And JF's gonna get the point grade camera working pretty soon.
Yeah, and guess what? Guess what today is?
Today is
it definitely
March 21st.
Yeah, Monday.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely yeah.
You know, it was a very nice day outside, which I guess doesn't really qualify it as a Monday, but in your life it does. So as long as I think a couple days, we've had Carlo having a meh Monday. You know, we were snowed in that one Monday, so it was a meh
So
Monday.
that was just like a.
It's rained for like the past 10 Mondays, but luckily it was nice outside, and I think spring has sprung here.
And it has been sprouting.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a word.
Probably not, but we just made it up. So, Chad, once again, we don't have a gadget. Well, technically, we were going to have a gadget, but the FedEx or UPS, whatever, kind of failed us.
UPS
today.
I was going to have my my Mark 6 extruder, and basically, apparently MakerBot likes to have signatures now on their deliveries, so that's not going to work out very well.
See, it does qualify as a meh Monday because Carlo's power was out all day, or most of the day.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, we got a lot of gadget news to talk about. So why don't we just jump into it? And I've got a little tiny mini review. I've seen a guy talking about this, and I thought it'd be cool to cover it, I guess. Now, granted, we haven't tried it out ourselves, and it's kind of a steep price, but this is something I've been interested in because, you know, Jay, well, the Pogo Plug's not over here anymore, but we're going to set up a Pogo Plug in here, and I've always, kind of looked for some things to use for home servers. So I've got a little recommendation that I haven't tried, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's still pretty cool. But our first news story for the day is, looks like, this is kind of interesting, Jay. So do you think, you're on Sprint, and two of our news stories come from Sprint today, so this is pretty cool. Sprint and Google Voice are getting tighter integration, and I've seen a couple stories, one from Gizmodo, another one from Engadget, and I think Gizmodo or somebody was saying that by the end of the year, in a couple months, that your Sprint number will actually become your Google Voice account. That's pretty cool.
Well, see, I actually stopped using the Sprint the Sprint visual voicemail,
right?
Because when you root your Android device, it's kind of hard to get that back because they actually do a very jerry-rigged way of doing it. It actually sends you a text message and to a certain number. And
so that's the visual aspect.
Yes, that's the visual aspect of it.
Well, that's not really that.
And basically, they tell it to block that person, and whenever it sees a text message come in from there, I don't know. It's very jerry-riggish.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I use Google voicemail,
which is cool.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it
the
works
cool thing
fine.
is, I guess it kind of does it does a couple different ways because you can actually look at them online through a kind of looks like Gmail,
like
but
Gmail,
not really.
yeah.
And then, but also it'll send you an email. And
Or a
I'm
text
thinking
message.
about, Jet, we're thinking about having not only live cons through Skype, but we can set up a Google. I think we already have a Google Voice account somewhere that we could be able to let people leave voicemails and things. So that's pretty cool, and we could just sit here and play them.
You don't even got to play them. I mean, you could play them too, but
Wow.
you could also screen them by reading them to make sure they're not like cussing.
That's really cool because it, well, you know, I mean, if it uses the YouTube transcoder, it might not be that good, but no,
it actually picks out. Of course, it depends on your call quality.
Yeah.
So
and your
some
accent,
restrictions may
because
apply
you
to
know it
separate
probably
things.
wouldn't pick up my accent too well because there's a couple of different things that I don't say.
Actually,
correctly.
you understand how the whole the Google search voice search thing works? Like they basically
they have
reconfirm what you've been searching
on the fly.
Yeah, and they put it in a database, in an algorithm. So,
okay.
So as you search and as everybody else's search, you're actually teaching Google Voice or Google search voice, whatever it is.
Oh, so this is what we were kind of talking about with the
Goog 411 and all that stuff.
And also, like with Watson, it machine learns kind of. So every time it would miss a question, it would build up its database and say, all right, this is not the right answer. So essentially, Google's doing the same thing.
Yeah. So like basically, all of Google's voice applications, like Goog 411, which is a free 411 service, if you're wondering, 8666.
Actually, I think they discontinued that. I'm not quite sure.
What?
But that was when Google Voice and the voice search was just coming out, and they were actually tricking people because, well, not really tricking, but
they were training their Google Voice search,
which I don't think is bad because they were offering a free service to do that. That's usually paid.
But like their like speech recognition stuff, like you have on my Android phone, you have the ability to like just like press a button and type and talk in there. And,
yeah, mine does that too. Yeah.
And it's built in.
And it's really accurate.
It's pretty accurate now because it used to not be so accurate, and they released an update to it, which you don't ever see them say like, "Oh, this has been recently updated."
Right.
But they updated it, and it's a lot more accurate now.
That's cool. But anyway, Google Voice now going to be more integrated with Sprint. They've made like a deal or something, and I think this is one of the reasons why this is happening is because if we go to this. Sprint's going to get the Nexus S, and it's going to be the first Nexus S that's on 4G, of course, on the WiMAX network that Sprint carries, and it's coming this spring for $200. Nexus S is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Galaxy S, but better, and I guess this is technically still the new Google Dev phone, so.
Well, there's always a developer phone. They just, christen one developer. Now that they're like rolling out their own, they sort of.
I don't even know where my phone is, but anyway, I'm really liking.
Mine on silent.
I'm really liking the 4-inch. Oh, there it is over there. But I'm getting a customized 4-inch touchscreen, or 4.3, whatever it is, with my Inspire 4G. Pretty cool. But yeah, good news for Sprint users. And Joe, I don't have this pulled up, but actually, I probably should pull it up. But over the weekend, we learned that AT&T is going to buy T-Mobile for $39 billion with a B dollars. Of course, this will only be in the U.S., but kind of a cool image there. What is it for?
Let me go to that. There it is.
Yeah. See, there's the AT&T symbol.
Nom.
Eating T-Mobile. Now, Jacob, one of the reasons, T-Mobile not that great of service at all in the U.S., especially around here. Essentially, if you're standing in a building, you're not going to get T-Mobile service.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
if you're driving down any kind of road, you're probably not going to get AT&T.
True.
So you combine those two together, you might actually have
a decent
somewhat usable service. But then T-Mobile also doesn't work outside sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're sort of going back to the days of the monopoly, the mobile monopoly, because. If you guys remember, well, some of you might not remember, but I remember back in like the, was it early '90s or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
You had Bell South Mobility,
and that was it.
And like you had like other people that like didn't really have any coverage, but that was it.
Yeah, you had another option, but
it was horrible.
Yeah,
it was like, why would you want to go down that route?
So essentially, it was like
they named their price, they got whatever they wanted.
Yep. And
so, we're slowly working our way back there.
So Smooth's saying, go ahead. Smooth's just saying, when does the question of monopoly come in? I think it's already in play.
When you pass go and don't collect $200.
Yeah. $39 billion. That's not a reasonable price, but especially for, they absorbed what, a quarter of the market in the U.S. essentially.
Yeah, because if you think about it, AT&T got T-Mobile. Yeah. T-Mobile's real big over in like the West.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people over there have, but just because like their system is kind of like more. And
I think more in like
like
far Midwest, like
California. It seemed like everybody had T-Mobile over in California.
Really?
Yeah. It was kind of crazy.
And right now, I'm going to say that T-Mobile has, other than if we throw the iPhone out of play, T-Mobile has a pretty good lineup of phones. Now, we're probably going to see a whole new line that'll be compatible. How do you think they're going to work this out? Because in the U.S., T-Mobile and AT&T are different 3G bands. So if you were to buy a T-Mobile phone, you can't get 3G.
They're going to have I think they just own them now. I don't think.
So you're saying that you're still going to pay your bill to T-Mobile?
Well, see, you have to understand the difference between T-Mobile and AT&T to understand what we're talking about. T-Mobile has their 4G or 3G, whatever you want to, whatever.
Technically, I think it is 4G.
Whatever they got G in right now.
Yeah.
I know when they had their 3G is at AT&T's edge speed frequencies.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
their phones, if you have a 3G T-Mobile phone, you will not be able to access AT&T's 3G if they merge their stuff.
So that's what you ran into with their G1 because
Yeah.
you wanted the Android platform, and I guess G1 was really
So
essentially
what
the
I'm
only thing.
seeing, unless they change their frequencies, which I seriously doubt they will, what I'm going to see happen is T-Mobile users are going to be like, ooh, yeah, we're going to get better coverage now because we're going to be able to talk inside buildings. When you go inside of a building, you will be dropped down to an edge network off of AT&T. So, and it's inevitable, since AT&T bought T-Mobile, it's inevitable that I'm pretty certain, since Sprint dropped Nextel,
Right.
they're practically completely gone now.
Nextel's essentially done anyway.
Yeah. Nobody really uses it anymore. I'm seeing in either... I'm probably going to guess by next year.
Yeah, so that's what Ron's saying right here. Next
year, Verizon is going to buy Sprint.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think Sprint will buy Verizon.
No, there's no way Sprint will buy Verizon.
This is why. Because right now, Verizon lets Sprint use their towers.
Yep.
They made a partner contract thing. I'm pretty sure it works the other way around, but
how many times are you going to use Sprint on Verizon? I mean,
yeah, but pretty much where you have Sprint,
you have Verizon.
you will have Verizon, so you don't have to do it the other way around. The problem was that Sprint had holes, so they did a partnership with Verizon, so they're practically partners now. So it's just one more step to like own each other.
Jay, you and I talked about that yesterday, and it makes a lot of sense. It actually makes more sense to you and I than it did when we were talking about the T-Mobile, buying T-Mobile. I think AT&T just did this from a business standpoint.
They did it because they lost the iPhone.
Yeah.
I know exactly why they did it.
That is true.
That's probably 100% of their motive.
So AT&T is, I think Carlo explained it pretty well. He's saying AT&T will own T-Mobile, so essentially it'll all go into one bank now, but T-Mobile will still operate as a separate company, I guess.
Yeah.
So technically,
Now,
it's kind of like XM Sirius kind of was.
I'm pretty sure, unless AT&T just wants to be douchebags about this. Sorry about that. If they want to be douchebags, they will not let you use T-Mobile's towers or vice versa. Or they will charge you a nominal fee. Because that's the way AT&T works. They want to charge you for everything they can. They're not going to give you anything for free. They're not just going to go like Sprint and Verizon and say, well, we'll let you guys use our towers. Because we understand that Sprint's not as wide coverage as others, so it's like...
So Ron is saying that I think this could be true. I think I might lean towards this, but I know exactly what you're talking about with AT&T is they're going to nickel and dime you for every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
And this does make sense because right now, as it stands, T-Mobile has a pretty functional 4G network that is really rivaling Sprint. Because Sprint right now has the only widespread 4G network, and then LTE's coming behind a little bit. And we're going to talk about the first LTE phone. But what is it? HSPA is what I have on my Inspire 4G, but they call it Plus, and it is 4G enabled for AT&T when they roll it out. But right now, it's running on a separate add-on band, or not band, but a separate add-on technology that they have on the towers, on the 3G towers. So this is what the lady at Best Buy explained to me, that I'm now getting 3.5G, which kind of makes sense because I'm getting faster than 3G here, because I can get about 3, if on a good day I can get 4 megabits down on my phone and 1 up, which is pretty fast, but it's not the 10 or whatever they're saying with 4G.
And I think we've mentioned this before or discussed this before about people loosely using the words 3G and 4G.
Yeah, 4G. So
everybody's using it as a speed. Now I understand that it's faster, but it's generation.
Yeah, essentially that's all that means.
It's your 3rd generation mobile, 4th generation mobile.
Right.
That's all it is. And it's not, and everybody assumes that it all has to be the same speed. But it really doesn't have to be, unless you call that some kind of speed. Because all it is just whatever carrier that's under, that's their 4th generation, that's their next rollout, their next speed.
Yeah, I think we do associate 4G with a certain that's what I was doing.
It has to be this speed.
Yeah, and it really doesn't.
But it's not. It's just whoever's company is doing this the cell phone upgrade thing. That's their 4th generation.
And we saw this right after Mobile World Congress, I think it is. I get the message.
Yeah, when they were talking about Verizon Wireless,
and we're talking about standard. Yeah, this is
Verizon
4G.
Wireless wasn't actually 4G, but it is because that's their next generation of technology that they brought to the table.
I think if anything, we need to get away. I mean, it's too late to call it not 4G, and I think it's too late for what the name actually means to call it. I mean, I think it's too late.
It's faster than what you had before. In most cases.
Yeah. So Macworld here, a link that Ron sent us is actually, they're saying that the AT&T acquisition of T-Mobile could benefit iPhone users, and I can see this maybe a new, I don't know. I can see, since they have the HSPA Plus network now that's actually fully functional in most cities, if they do, like we said, which is still kind of debatable, give AT&T customers access, or give whatever, if they can both use the same.
But once again, T-Mobile's frequencies are different.
That was the thing. You're going to have to buy a new phone before you can use it.
And they're not going. I mean,
there's no way they're going to change the frequency.
I really and truly think this is just their way of making. Oh, of course, it's their way of making more money. They're not just doing it for funsies. I mean, of course, it's going to be their way of making money. So, whatever. So, I mean, this is kind of staying on 4G because this is Verizon's first 4G phone. The Thunderbolt launched last week, and it's from HTC. Jeb, this is really the same. I think we've seen 3 of the same phones. Really, we've seen the Inspire 4G. We've seen, is it 4? Is 4 the shot? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. We've seen my Inspire 4G. We've seen your HTC Evo. These are all made by HTC. Really, the first 4G phones that are being rolled out for each carrier. Well, this is the first 4G LTE on Verizon. It's got the cool 4G thing. That's an extended battery.
Yep. But see, it launched last week, and everybody's having the same problems that I have with my Inspire, you have with your Evo. Great 4G, not great 4G, great 4.3-inch screen, crappy battery life. And
that's the problem with 4G is that it just sucks up battery. Yeah. Even a lot of phones, just their massive screens, the bigger the screen you have, the more backlight power you're going to have to draw. So, just give us the technology for OLED, please.
Yeah, so they're going to, there's a couple different, you can actually request these for, they're saying you can actually get them for free. And Verizon's going to start carrying them. Essentially, it's going to become the standard for the phone, but it's not going to come with, it's going to come with the phone, but not the standard battery for the phone. So I don't see why they just don't ship this out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's like
it's going to be like
a universal battery, but you got to like.
I think it's going to be a limited time deal where Verizon ships this with their phones, but it's. I mean, I don't honestly. Why didn't HTC just include this in the phone instead of giving?
Why didn't they just make their battery usage better?
Yeah, true.
Well, we want this to be half as thin as the last phone, so let's just cut the battery in half.
Yeah, so Ron. Oh, go ahead. But Ron's on Verizon. He has the Air. No, not the Air. It's the Incredible, the HTC Incredible, which is a great phone. It's a 1 GHz Snapdragon made by HTC. I think it's just a 4-inch screen or whatever. But he's thinking about getting an extended battery, and that is one of the problems. Yep, Jacob likes to show off his extended battery. That's not. But I think if HTC released a battery, it'd probably be a lot slimmer than that. Well, I don't know because.
I mean, you can only stick so much battery in so much space. I mean, lithium is lithium. You can't really make them smaller than what they are.
Yeah.
Because you're at a limit of the technology now. A sheet of lithium can only hold so much, charge.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, and really all you have, unless they can figure out like some way of like making a thinner insulator between the sheets of lithium, foam lithium.
This is always, we make innovations every single year. Next year we're gonna have, I think, dual core smartphones are gonna be like the new fad. Like everybody who upgrades to a new smartphone next year is gonna have a dual core smartphone.
I see batteries.
I want batteries. We haven't had a decent upgrade in batteries since lithium was introduced, pretty much.
Yeah.
And how long was that? Like a long time ago. So
I really and truly see them finally publicly releasing the battery technology that they have now, which essentially is called a lithium foam battery.
right. This is what runs in the Leaf per se, right? Or is this
No.
not? Okay.
No.
A little bit different.
The Leaf has just regular lithium polymer batteries.
Really?
Yes. There's no special kind of battery in the Leaf except just lithium batteries, but they're able to...
They're bonded together, kind of.
But what they do is they have a facility that they custom, convert it over and make their own batteries. So they don't have to retrofit other kind of batteries to theirs.
Yeah.
But basically, this is what's going to, you're going to see a lot of electric cars come out next year. You're going to see, the only way the whole hey, I'm one of the 20,000 people that are going to be getting a Nissan Leaf.
Yeah. And that's
Sooner
why I
or
like
later.
to cover it, because one day, hopefully, we're going to have it for review.
Yeah.
On
Hey, we'll be coming live from the Nissan Leaf, draining the power and only going 5 miles.
I'm feeling a pre-recorded video on that one because I don't, because we want high quality video, but we don't want.
We'll have high quality.
We don't have high quality.
It's got cellular access, dude. We could like stream straight from the car.
That would
internet
be cool,
connection.
not gonna lie.
But yeah, so lithium foam batteries is pretty much going to be the next technology. I'm just saying, just because it was on the news like a while back, but
Which means it's about it's old news.
They're it's probably like 5 or 10 years out from when it was originally released.
Yeah.
But basically what it does, you can have the same, whatever you want to call it, volumetric space, the outside dimensions of a battery that you would have with a standard battery,
Essentially the same size.
and pretty much extend its battery life by like 20 times or 30 times. So, your cell phone's battery that normally lets your cell phone last like all day or maybe 2 days, 3 days, will last now, a month, 2 months,
Kind of
3
like the
months.
Kindle. So you could what you're going to get with an e-reader, the Nook, the Kindle, something like that, on your phone. Just imagine that, because you can leave like a Kindle will stay like 4 months on
and
standby.
it also has like passive electronics and junk where when you're not actually doing anything interactive with it, it's not doing anything.
Well, I'm just saying for comparison, you're going to get the same battery life.
I wish I could go back to a dumb phone. I got a smartphone. I wish I could go back to a dumb phone because I would go right back to the Motorola F3.
Really?
Because it was the first cell phone to have an e-ink screen.
Really?
Yes, it lasted. I think I did it one time. I went like 10 days without charging that phone.
Yeah. See, my impression, that was
amazing.
one of the only things I liked about it was I could easily go 2 days, send in a couple of text messages, and I had, how it was.
This
I had
phone could only you could only call and text message, and not video or picture text message.
Wow.
It was calculator looking, segmented
Wow.
awesomeness.
But it did get 10 days worth of battery life.
Yeah, I mean, you could just be like, "Whoops, I forgot to charge this for a whole week." Oh,
So-
it's okay.
Yeah, the story that we were talking about with the Leaf is, of course, these are, I'm guessing most of them are manufactured, or some of them are manufactured in Japan, which is where Nissan is based, I'm guessing.
The car itself, the batteries are manufactured in Tennessee.
Okay. Oh, so
That I
they don't
understand.
actually push out cars in Tennessee.
No, they
just batteries.
they converted their
they
converted
converted
their whole
okay.
factory over to a battery manufacturing facility.
Yeah. So
That's how they're able to make this affordable and not charge you $40,000 for the car. Because
wow.
they're able to mass produce lithium batteries, which normally isn't done. Most of the time, a lithium battery is handmade. Just because the lithium sheets are very delicate and they have to do it all special and junk or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I guess the problem here was you still can't get the reason that you did not go over to. They have them in Atlanta, right?
They have them pretty much almost everywhere else except Alabama, and the reason why they haven't I haven't got mine in Alabama yet is because we don't have we didn't have at the time any Nissan certified electricians to install a 220 charging station in your house.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to go with that. I was trying to convince my dad. I was like, "Dad, he's an electrician." I was like, "Why don't you just quit your job, become a full-time electrician, and just call up Nissan and be like, hey, I think they were wanting an actual company. I don't think they want like one
true.
person.
They're gonna want to contract somebody that
they can
offer
like
the
go
numbers.
the whole state. But I was like, man, I mean, like, it's not that complicated. They just have to have someone certified so they won't be liable, type.
Yeah, they can't just be like, all right, Jacob, well, you know how to install stuff,
I mean,
so we'll
basically,
just allow you to do it.
You pick up any electrician that you want, get them to run a 220 line, we'll come out there and hook it up.
Yeah.
But that's not how they're doing it. They want a contract, and Alabama apparently doesn't have any kind of like nationwide electricians that want to do this.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find people to do it. So I think what they're doing right now is they're going to do select people in Alabama, which would probably be one of me, because they've already asked me if it's okay if they share my service information that I'm getting a Nissan Leaf with Alabama Power. So they're letting them know so that they can make sure that the load's going to be okay. So they're getting in the process of doing it. They're saying by the end of the summer, which is still pretty far away, but
not near as far away as it was, 5 months ago when they told you it was going to launch.
A year ago.
Yeah, when you thought you were going to get it.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. I'm not going to lie. It's about 130 miles, somewhere around there on charge.
About 120 max, really, but it should be okay because.
And let's stress, fully electric car.
Fully electric.
It's not a Volt where it's got 40 miles to
the Volt. I mean, hey, the Volts. I mean, I've looked at it more and more and more. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like the Volt, the one thing that I was wanting to do was completely get away from gas.
Right.
But yes, the Volt does have its benefits on. It's not really a hybrid. It just drives like the whole lithium battery till it's dead, and then switches over to the gas motor.
Right. Now, Ron's saying that almost every house has a 220, which is completely true because that goes to the dryer and stuff. But you're going to want it for convenience, and essentially you're going to want it in your garage or somewhere.
Well, see, they have to run a dedicated 220 line.
So, but one's already ran to your house, right?
No, dedicated 220 circuit in your house. You already have power coming to your house.
Gotcha.
They have to run it from your breaker panel to wherever you're going to have your charging station, which would, and for my case, would be mounted to the front of my house.
Okay.
So they would have to run a 220 line, which is basically just two 110 phases. Basically, is what it comes down. That's basically how it is. You got two 110 phases and then a neutral, and but they have to have someone certified to do that, because if someone not certified does it, and then you start charging your car and it burns down the house, who's liable? Is it the electrician? Is it the car? Well,
everybody's going to want to throw that back on Nissan, and that's what they're afraid
because
of.
Because they could probably handle it, but they don't want to be in that liable thing. So that's why they're going through all these very, very legality issue things to make it work. Yeah. So I understand where they're coming from. That's why I sort of forget about it for a while, and then it'll pop back up in the news, and I'll be like, oh, where's my car?
Yeah. And
then I'll forget about it again.
So, Chad, this is a pretty cool story because, I am a Chrome fan. I use Chrome on a daily basis, at least on Linux, because I have no issues at all on Linux. Not the same on Windows, but on Mac, I understand that Chrome crashes a lot on Mac. But pretty cool here. Firefox 4 was slated to come out tomorrow, and it snuck out today. So you can go download. Which is really confusing because they did the release candidate 2. I think release candidate 2 was a couple weeks ago.
What?
I think it was because we got into because a couple days on Tech Weekly. You have to remember Tech Weekly news can be old because we do it every week, not every day or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that was an earlier story. But then again, unless I
saw something where it was like I opened up Firefox, the new Firefox, and I was like, it said something about RC2 is now available, and I was like, what? I don't know. But so yeah.
Well, see, they're still showing the release. Maybe it just got leaked out to a couple customers. Might help if we also read the story here.
Probably. I'm just saying.
So the official launch day may still be tomorrow, but we are not willing to wait for those who are not willing to wait to grab the final version of Firefox for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can download it straight from Mozilla's FTP server. So essentially, they didn't put the link on the front page, but they already have the file. Okay.
They put it in there, and they're like, hey, guess what, guys? If you're smart enough to go find it, we'll let you have it.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense.
Which I don't go like browsing Mozilla's
I'm
FTP
sure,
like all the time. So I'm like,
okay,
yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
or you could just wait for till tomorrow. I mean,
on my daily browse of Mozilla's FTP, I found a new Firefox. Sweet, cool. I think I'll download that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I think Carl's saying he could wait a day, and Lady Brent's saying that she likes Firefox. Firefox is yeah, I think IE8 is still the #1 browser, but come on.
What?
I'm pretty sure IE8 is still #1 in every single browser. Like, we're talking about full market share.
Oh, you're talking about user count.
User.
Okay, I was like, wait, you're saying that IE8 is better than Firefox?
No.
I was like, what are you talking about? No. Have you been sniffing something?
No, definitely not.
Because, yeah, if and I'm just saying, on the number of crashes to usability and awesomeness and functionality, BB, Firefox.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree.
It doesn't crash very often, if not any. I mean, I think I've had maybe 2 crashes since I've ever used Firefox. Yeah. Ever.
And, no telling what you were doing. You were probably...
There's no telling what I was doing. No, it's probably 4chan that did it to me. One of their little, like...
Probably.
Their little bomb things.
Like, haha.
Hey, guess what? We tried to open up a bunch of tabs, and then we did some kind of weird ActiveX thing, and it did something weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like the new Firefox.
Yep, pretty cool. We're running the release candidate right here, I have to say. Liking it. I've been running on Linux a bit. Still kind of using it. I'm waiting for the final version because I'm kind of... It's a jerry-rigged way of getting on Linux because they don't actually... they release a generic Linux file for developers, but the problem is it's not... it's not fully functional, or it is fully functional, but you have to jump through some hoops to get it installed. Mm-hmm. It's not just like this. Most Linux distros, it's not just like Windows, and you download a file that's an exe or whatever. You right click and install it. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, yeah, Ron really brings us back to reality and just says whatever works for you. Yeah.
It's Monday. Yeah.
So our final news story for today, and then Jacob's got a product to show off that we kind of forgot about, and
it's nothing special.
I've got something cool. I thought it was interesting. I ran over it on the internet.
Over and over again.
Yeah. So, Jep, we like Connect News because there's a Connect sitting right there, and also Connect is a really cool way that people have been hacking it, and we saw Microsoft do something that they rarely do. They released open source drivers for Connect.
Yeah,
because
even though who was it that had the...
It might have been... it wasn't Adafruit. It was some...
It was somebody that had like the... What was it? $3,000, $30,000, something $1,000 prize for whoever could come up with the driver.
I think it was Adafruit. It was Adafruit, yeah.
And then Microsoft was like, but, "Oh yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
Here you go."
But they did do that. It was finished. It was done. I think somebody had already found it because we covered that on Gadget Cruise.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny that
they just sit back and wait, and then
they're like, "Give all your money away. Here it is."
Yeah. But I don't think that was really the case.
But it'd be funny.
Yeah. So the Kinect has been spotted running on a PS3.
What? That's blasphemy.
Yeah. Should we play this video?
I think we should.
It's 5 minutes long, but yeah, there it is on a PS3. So I guess somebody. So there he is, logging into his PS3 account.
You know what he's doing.
What's he doing?
He's lying.
He's lying. So you think there's like somebody with this flip cam right here that's pushing the buttons,
or something? Just look at how he's moving. It's not
Connect.
It's not. He's just moving his hand, and that's it. Fake. Wait. Fake.
So Carlo is mentioning that. Hey, there's a laptop right here. Yeah, Eric, we are live. We're doing Gadget Cruise. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm still a big fan of the Kinect. It's still kind of like the, whatchamacallit? What are we looking at?
Huh?
What are we looking at? Oh, I'm just saying that the Kinect is pretty cool. Because you have a Kinect, and Kinects are awesome.
Oh, yeah, the Kinect itself is pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure that this video is...
oh, yeah, we've already...
Fake.
Yeah, fake. Is that like our new symbol?
No, that's what Ray William Johnson does.
I don't know. I haven't been that long. I've only been
know
watching
what?
it for, I know.
You know what?
Not true, YouTuber. Yeah, call those Sam fake too. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, I think it's pretty cool how, I mean, they have Ubuntu drivers now. They have Mac and Windows drivers that you can actually use the multi-touch gestures in that designated operating system for that. And Jet, we were talking about how Windows 7 has drastically improved in multi-touch. And I was playing with one on the other day on one of those HP TouchSmart PCs or whatever. Have you seen those? Especially the new ones. You can actually flick scroll like you can on the iPad or Android or something.
It doesn't work at all.
Yeah,
it just made it bigger. Oh, man. What is it doing?
I thought it was pretty cool to see that built into Windows 7 because I'm like, haha, watch this. This isn't going to work. And then I just go like this and I'm like, holy crap.
Wait, what'd you do?
Supported, so Mozilla, Firefox, Chrome, whatever, I think it's just browsers and things, you can flick scroll through web pages. So like that. Like you would on an Android phone. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, great way to use your Kinect. So, Jeff, you want to show us your little 3D printed thing? We've been spotlighting Pinocchio quite a bit lately because they've become your new source for 3D printed goods and things.
Yeah. This is like just something simple that I had.
But he brought it over to show me, and I was like, dude, we got to show this.
Apparently, they sent it to like a street behind my house.
Really?
Or in front of my house, however you want to look at that. I'm going to rip this thing open and it's going to break everywhere.
So if you guys follow Jacob on Twitter, I think a couple months ago he tweeted out a link that he actually printed something like this out with his MakerBot. Or wasn't it your MakerBot?
Yeah, like a while back.
Yeah, this is a couple months.
And it was like not 3D, and it wasn't as cool as I wanted it to be. So what I did was, since I'm relatively fluent in Inventor now, I went and redesigned the ribbon. It was actually back on Breast Cancer Awareness
Month, which is like November or October
something. I don't know. But, yeah. So basically, I have this now, which you can't really see very well, but yeah.
Essentially, it's a 3D printed.
Yeah, it's basically exactly what the ribbon would look like if you had one that was the breast cancer awareness or awareness, whoever is being aware of something.
Yeah.
But it's made out of plastic that was 3D printed from Pinocchio, personal factory thing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I actually have it on Thingiverse. If you go to I think thingiverse.com/freakinghuge. You can check out some of the things I've made or have designed, and basically it's right there. Yeah. So
yeah, that right. Where's the picture? Well, let's go this.
Yeah, this is just a 3D render that I did. You can click that and make it go big. Just click it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
See, so basically it's just.
And this is the back part. I'm guessing that it would lay. Well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it like this.
Yeah.
But if you look at some other pictures I did, I made one that was kind of like bent, I guess you could say.
On this or somewhere else?
Yeah, right down at the bottom. And it's just like a slightly bent, curved one, which I didn't do it on this.
Yeah. But it
essentially is like this, but bent, so you could wear it like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. A guy on there wanted that, so I'm going to post this picture up to Thingiverse and let everybody be all like, yay. So, yeah. But hey, it works.
Yeah, so I figured since I didn't have a gadget either, because I've been kind of lacking on the gadgets, but we are going to have a new mixer. We can talk about that. Also, the camera's going to be working pretty soon, hopefully, once we get that adapter.
What, I need to order that right now.
Yeah, we can do it. Oh, yeah, just go in there. This is pretty cool, because I've been looking at some Linux home servers, because I'd like to run couple different things, and I'm not sure if I'm going to order one of these or not, because it seems, when you see this, it's going to be pretty pricey. I'm just saying, but it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of a Pogo plug or a Tornado plug or something like that. But yeah, let me see if I can get it here. I don't know if I have the right one or not.
Oh, no.
Yeah, here it is. So this is called the B3. That's what it's called. And it'd probably be good if I went to the thing here. There we go. And it's a tiny home server. It looks, I mean, it literally reminds me of a 2.5, no, what is it? 3.5. 3.5 inch hard drive enclosure. Maybe a little bit bigger. I mean, you can't really tell.
With two antennas and a 83 or B3.
B3.
At the front.
So this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm going to have to admit it's pretty awesome. So it works as your router, It can work as your router. Also does Wi-Fi, 802.11n.
Does it run Linux?
Runs Linux. Runs
Awesome.
Debian Squeeze, which means that you
Debian Sneeze.
Squeeze.
Oh.
That's that. I don't know why they call it Squeeze. That's kind of weird. But that's the latest release of Debian. Just came out about 3 days ago. Cool thing is you can sudo apt to get whatever you want on here. So,
Sudo make me a sandwich.
yeah, I don't know if it may make you a sandwich. I don't know. But so that is what these antennas are for. Cool thing is it runs Linux, but it comes with this great user interface here. But we can just read some of the specifications. So it has HTTP, FTP, and torrent downloading. So you can actually run your own torrent deal. You just throw the torrent onto this thing and it downloads it. You don't have to run anything on your computer. And then when you get ready to watch it, you can hook up your Apple TV, because this does, what's it called? Samba. It's a Samba server.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stream it directly to your TV via Roku and any other internet-connected device. You could probably install something on your Google TV to make this work. Or it might, I don't know. Anyway, but it's
Installing on a Google TV?
yeah, right.
What?
You can't do anything. So like I said, it's got the
You are completely hopeless.
it's got the DAAP, which is a Linux protocol, which but Linux, almost every Linux distro supports Samba server, which is a Windows thing. Pretty cool. It's got file serving, so you can actually, it has a file server on there with a older install of WordPress, but of course you can upgrade that. And it comes in multiple varieties. You can get a 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte, of course. And then you can. The cool thing is it has a USB drive port that you can actually expand your memory. So it's kind of like a Drobo in that sense, Jacob.
Yeah.
That a Drobo you can actually. It doesn't. So a Drobo just combines everything. It doesn't. You know, some like what's it called? A SAN or something. It only goes to like the lowest hard drive or whatever, so you can't mix and match drives. But it's awesome. It can work as a firewall. It's got DNS servers. It's got RAID 1 support with an eSATA. It's got web photo album. It's awesome. And now,
it's
granted,
super uber awesome,
okay,
cool.
You guys may shy away when I tell you that it's $500. It runs a 1.2 gigahertz ARM processor, which essentially means
It's
it has
basically a computer.
yeah. 2 terabytes of storage. That's what the $500 gets you.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, Eric's saying that the software looks very nice, and it does. So Jacob, it configures everything for you. It does port forwarding for you automatically, and you can always go in there and change it. But what it does, it has a I think it's PHP, not quite sure, but you just HTTP and then B3 ://B3. You don't have to type in IP addresses, anything. So this is like this is, I guess, kind of the uneducated person's home server. You know, you don't have to do anything.
My router.
Yeah,
To make it super easy to configure your router, that's going to be kind of bad.
true.
Hey, look, there's this thing in here called Flash firmware. What does that do? Hey, why does the lights not come on anymore? Oh man.
So Eric's saying that he was about to jailbreak his Apple TV, but the B3 looks nice too. Now, granted, if you're going to build your own, you can't build a home server for $500 that has 2 terabytes. Plus, it's not going to work as your, well, you know, I mean, you can build a $500, but it doesn't work as your
I'm
router.
just saying.
Yeah, it doesn't work as a wireless router, whatever. This is an easy way to do it.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
I thought it was pretty cool. It's over at IOCell. That's IOCell networks.com. And that's the B3 home server. Pretty cool. It's got 512 megabytes of RAM, a 1.2 gigahertz ARM processor, 2 400 megabit per second USB drives, and eSATA. And Jacob, I saw a review about this. I was researching it yesterday. This guy was streaming two HD TVs. I think they were both 32 or higher resolution. But anyway, he was streaming 2 different separate HD quality movie files to those 2 computers, and the top power consumption was 16 watts, which is, how much is a light bulb? It's less than 16 watts, or more than 16 watts, right?
Yeah, 100 watt
Yeah,
light
true.
bulb.
So I mean, this is like,
Those right there are 60 watt light bulbs.
so running less than a light bulb, and you get a Linux home server that has 2 terabytes of storage and awesomeness. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, your computer typically pulls like a 400. Well, it can pull 400 watts.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
if you're full on going, you could probably pull the whole thing down into a bushel and let the light fall out. Wait, what?
Yeah. Eric's saying an environmentally friendly light bulb is 18 watts, but still, it's environmentally friendly. I thought it was pretty cool, and the best part, it runs Linux, especially if you know me.
But the real question is, will it blend? That'd be awesome if we just went into like Will It Blend segment.
That would be cool.
And then the guy comes walking in from the side and he's like, "Today on Will It Blend." I'm like, how did he get in here?
That's what we need a green screen for. But then we'll have to convert to 3D and all that.
That's what we need tons of money for.
Yeah.
So we could just bring the CEO of Blend Tech Blenders in here.
I think it'd
And
be cool
he'd
if
be
the
like,
wall opened up.
"Oh, that'd be awesome if we're like on a big huge stage and it zooms out and it's all this fancy and there's like people clapping and you guys would be like, what the crap's going on, man?" We got to do that one day.
That would be cool. Except I'm not sure if we want to pay $500 for a blend.
500.
That's how much the B3 is. If you're saying, oh, what are we gonna blend though? Are we just gonna?
Dude, we can go to Costco and get one a lot less than $500.
What? I'm
Like
not saying a blender.
$300.
Not. Oh.
You can get the Blend Tech blender for $300.
Oh, Jeb, I'm talking about something to blend. I mean, you can't just pay
sorry.
you can't just get a little action figure for $1 or something. Eric's saying blend a steak. I don't think that would. We don't have the, what does he call it? Like the cosmic dust or something. And
Yeah,
then you go,
he's like,
Don't
if
breathe
he
this.
was like steak dust, don't breathe this.
and then it'd be like, what?
No, but if you're like B3 dust, don't breathe this.
Yeah, that
That would be see iPad dust, don't breathe this.
Yeah, he blended the iPad 2 not too long ago.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. So, Champ, I'm thinking that pretty much does it for this episode of Gadget
I'm
Gurus.
thinking you're
Pretty much right.
You're pretty right.
Yeah.
Should I go for the $60 extender tube or the $90 extender tube?
I don't know. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable
I'm
with.
thinking,
Oh,
dude, this
gosh.
camera's becoming very expensive.
I know,
after
all of a sudden. But,
But it's okay.
And plus, we can still compare that we could have, we still couldn't have bought anywhere close to a Canon camera or
Don't
something.
judge me, Carlo.
Yeah, Eric is saying it's over. But we do stream live 24/7, but that's not
I'm
what
not going to get the $90 one because the $60 one is adjustable.
Yeah, we still have PB at night up next. Good call, Smoothie. So, Jake, you can follow Jake over at twitter.com/freakinhuge, FREAKINHUGE. Haven't done any vlogging yet. Kind of surprised. In here. Just saying. Anyway. Jacob also vlogs youtube.com/freakinhuge. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones. Yeah. That was awesome.
So Nick says I haven't been vlogging out lately, so I'm vlogging during the show. I'm just saying. So, hey Nick, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good, Jacob.
Hey guys, how's it going?
That's what the internet looks like, if you're wondering.
Yeah. Hey guys, you look kind of pale and skinny. So, okay.
Yeah, Eric's plugging my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thatnickjones. That only has a video that I shot with my cell phone that's upside down. But anyway, if you want to follow me, I guess you can do that. But guys, thanks for joining us. And as always, you can follow pbcasttv on Twitter, twitter.com/pbcasttv, youtube.com/pbcasttv, and pbcasttv.com. So yeah, I'm liking this new studio layout. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. All you gotta do is just go to the
Do
store.
one of these. So yeah, PB at night is next, unless you're watching in pre-recorded, which means that if you're up in this corner somewhere, not quite sure, it's over this corner.
It's
Yeah.
right.
One more thing, stream live 24/7, live.pbcasttv.com. Yeah, pre-recorded. Live pre-recorded.
Supplies these cyber details.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So guys, until next time, I'm going to trust Jacob to switch it here. I hope he can, because he's never switched this part before. I'm Nick Jones.
and I'm Jacob Roberts.
And this.
Oh, am I supposed to finish your sentence?
I was going to say this is Tech Weekly, but we are the
It's Gadget Gurus. See
you guys.
Oh my gosh, Pace! Pace! Hold up your right hand.
My right hand.